What up brothers, it's the Clipper King returning. Welcome back to my channel for another figure review. As you can see, the figure today is the G.I. Joe Retaliation Joe Colton from Hot Toys. And I know I said I was cutting down on shout outs or mentions, but I would like to say a massive thank you to Jamie Silverwood for selling me this figure at such a great price. I do think it would be considered heavily discounted, and it were like just the price I got in my mind for figures that I don't 100%. They're not figures I'm chasing, so to speak. The figures I'd review if the opportunity arose, but they're not things that I go out on my way to try and get. But the price was so inviting, I thought, yep, it's definitely worth a review at that price. So massive thank you to him. Right, let's talk packaging. As you can see, it's quite in theme with the Roadblock figure that I recently reviewed. Just a shot of the actor on the front, and then the G.I. Joe Retaliation title in chrome, and then obviously your Hot Toys movie masterpiece and the Paramount and Hasbro logo to show where the license comes from. I will say as well, I don't know what the Sideshow edition represents. I don't know what item you got with it, if any at all. If somebody wants to comment and tell me that, then I would appreciate it. All in all, I do like the clean look of the box. The cardboard is standard and it is just a slip cover. Nothing out of the ordinary. Very much a muchness. A lot of boxes we're seeing now, but like I say, it's okay. It does the job. It houses the figure really well. So I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. Moving back to the figure, let's talk likeness. And it won't surprise you for me to say it's very strong. I think somebody at Hot Toys must have loved G.I. Joe or the G.I. Joe license altogether, because the work that they've put into the 4 figures they released, so Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Roadblock and this, they've showed the figures a lot of love. Although it's not everybody's favourite license, in fact it's a license that a lot of people do hate, to be honest, don't like the films. They probably do like the license, but the films from it are average at best, let's say. But they've still put the work in and they've still recreated the actors really well, I think. For Bruce Willis at this age, I think it's spot on and a very easy 5 out of 5. I will also say though, and I don't know if anybody else has seen it, sometimes from certain angles it looks a little bit like Locke from Lost. Do you remember him? Bald-headed guy in Lost. I don't know if Bruce Willis looks like him in real life, but just sometimes, I don't know, I look at it from certain angles, I think he looks more like Locke than he does Bruce Willis, but I don't know, I'd be very nitpicking to knock it down. I'm trying to get in close to show you the wrinkles, the paint apps, the sculpt. Any way you look at it, it is a really good likeness. I know there's a few other Bruce Willis likenesses out there from custom figures and from recasters and so on and so forth. I haven't seen the others in hand, but I would think they'd have to go some way to beat this for a sort of an out-and-out Bruce Willis. But like I said, bear in mind though, this is Bruce Willis at a certain age. And the reason I say that is, could you use this for a Die Hard 1 custom figure? Maybe, but I think you would have to I don't know, I think you would have to stubble him up a little bit. Obviously you would have to sculpt some hair on. But bear that in mind, because it's a point I am going to come back to. Just to show you the pose, he's pretty much got his shotgun nose down. I know the boots aren't supposed to be tucked in, or that one's not. The trousers not supposed to be tucked into the boot on that leg, but I do prefer that look. And looking up, it does look pretty burst, quite a natural looking figure. So like I said, the likeness, pretty easy, 5 out of 5. Rolling on to his outfit. And we'll start off with a scroll down, just so you can see what makes the outfit. The olive jacket and trousers. And moving down, and we'll look at the boots in detail. They are a sculpted boot, quite a hard rubber is used, or hard plastic. It is painted well, you can see the scuff marks on the toe box. The laces are sculpted on, but do look really good. Moving up to the olive coloured cargo trousers, or combat trousers, and then the textured knee pad on the left leg. Moving up, you see it does have the pockets on the side. On the left leg he has his holster section, which is clipped there, quite easy to fit. So he houses the clip at the front, a clip at the back, and then his pearl handled pistol, and then the rest of the holster moves up and attaches with Velcro here. Just flip it over his belt and attach it there. He has the brown leather belt around his jacket, which then you just drop these clip pouches on. Just pop open and close at the front as we move it around. You see, it does have a clip storage for the machine gun, a couple of these harness buckles, and then another pistol ammo there. I will say the button work, the stitch, the cut is really good, what you would expect from Hot Toys, all the way over. The only niggle or nitpick is the fact when I got it, it was unzipped. Now, sometimes the zips on these Hot Toys figures, you'll know yourself, a little bit niggly. That is the case with this. It was so hard to push the sections together at the bottom. In fact, you can see it's also starting to come open as well. But it were a bit of a pain in the arse to get it zipped up. And that's why I won't be displaying it, because you can actually take the jacket off, put the pistol straps over his t-shirt like so, and then the belt around the top of his trousers like that, and display him in that look. I won't be doing that in the review, simply because now I've got the coat zipped, I don't really want to unzip it because it were a bitch. See the two holsters underneath each arm. Again, that's a little bit of a nightmare to close that. I have closed them, but they've both popped back open. You see that? And then if I move back round, you see how the shoulder strap goes at the back. Really nice work, and it does create a very good soldier styling. I do like it. Not the most complex outfit that Hot Toys have ever done, but apart from the zip, it does all work really well. I will say as well, putting the pouches onto the belt were really easy to do. They're just metal section down the back, and you just slide it over the belt. Same with the machine gun pouch at the clip pouch at the back, and to put the holster onto the leg, like I said, really easy to do. So I do like that about it. I think I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Like I said, it's not too many layers, and it's not that they could really get a lot of it wrong. They've done a lot of soldier outfits in the past, so they should be experts, and it has turned out expertly. So that is why I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Rolling on to articulation, and as you can see from the pose, he is quite articulated. I'm going to a pose where he's sort of leant against the wall in a crouching position. And as you see now, he does have his machine gun in hand, and he will hold it two-handed. So let's talk about how he articulates. Obviously he has ankle articulation, although it is slightly hindered by the boot. Double bend knees, rotation at the upper leg, and normal pelvis and hip action. Crunch and rotation at the waist, moving up. Shoulders do feel articulated, as in forward, back, up and down, but he's very, very tight. So if you tried to lift his arms above his head, I would sort of be careful with it, because it gets a very tight feeling. The neck articulates only at the top of the neck due to a sculpted neck and a ball joint inside the head. Moving down, we get double bend elbows, as you can see. Go really tight, and then the standard wrist setup with a pop on and off hands. Yeah, pretty good. The clothes don't really hinder it anywhere apart from the ankle, so you can get him in any dynamic pose you would think. He's got a high amount of points of articulation, what you would expect from a true type, and this is another point I'm going to come back to when I get on about the value of the figure and why I pick up figures from licenses that I'm not particularly interested in. But I will say on the articulation, due to the tight upper shoulders and the lack of articulation through the boot, I'm going to give him a 4 out of 5. Rolling on to extras and accessories. I'll show you the pose first. Got him running. Run out of ammo in the shotgun and the machine gun, so he's gone twin pistols. He's running for cover, bless him. That's what he's doing. And you see, got his other stuff set up. Now, I will say, or I'll start off by saying, this figure, when you take it out of the box, again, like Roadblock, it looks like it brings a shitload of stuff, but the stuff that it brings, you pretty much put on him, such as the pouches with the clips in them, the holster, again, with the pearl-handled pistol, and the 2 more clips in there, the strap, obviously the knee pad, the twin pistols that he has, he would all be wearing all those. So then the spare stuff you've got is basically down to his Callum says this is a Scar from Call of Duty. That could be right, he might be wrong. With all the attachments, removable clip, the foregrip, the laser sight, the holographic sights there, and so on. The suppressor on front, really nice weapon, and you see it does have the over-the-shoulder strap too. Then he has his signature shotgun with a moving stock. There's no pump action because of this section here, so it's more just a foregrip. Really nicely done. Moving, he's got his pistol hands on, or his trigger hand should I say, relaxed hands, a fist, and then this would be for holding a magazine cartridge clip, I would think. Spare wrist pegs, generic stand. Now, a couple of things here. Like I said, out of the box it looks like it's fully loaded. It's not really, although what you have got is really nice. One thing that pisses me off, stock hands. These fucking scream stock hands to me. The pistol hands, or the trigger hands, whatever you want to call them, again, the standard ones never grip the pistols correctly. And to show you a comparison with this, look at the hand that Damn Toys use for holding their pistol. It grips it tight and it looks natural. It fits it perfect. The Hot Toys ones don't. And when sometimes, like, I don't know, certain ones have signature hands, so they don't use a stock hand, but they have a lot of, like, just a flesh tone hand and they're totally stock. Don't grip the pistol naturally at all. Look, it should be a lot tighter with hands and drop into there. As soon as it comes, it sort of pulls away from, the pistol's supposed to sit in your hand like that, and it never does. So that pisses me off because I've seen it time and time again. Do another thing, and I can't remember what it were. Oh, the fact that the zip is not very good means that you can't really display it without the jacket once you've put the jacket on. So again, that's a bit of a piss take as well. So on the extras, I am going to give it just a 3 out of 5. Don't be confused by all the things you got, because they are just basically things that make up his accurate looking outfit. So yeah, like I said, instruction manual, which basically tells you what to put where, so I just mentioned that as well. Does look nice when it's all set up, as you can see, but it's not like you've not got massive amounts of pose options with it. I'm going to move straight into value and say, I was looking for a value on this figure, so like I said before, I want to try and give you a value in UK, or what it will cost you if you were to buy one from your local seller. The point with this is, it's now sold through at the local seller, so I can't tell you that. I'll tell you what I've seen them going for in the Facebook groups, which is normally around £140, which for me is about the right price for the figure, but I will say I paid less than that. I'll tell you what I paid. I paid £105 for it, shipped. So I wouldn't normally disclose that, but for the point I'm going to make, I need to. Same with the roadblock, just a little bit less actually for roadblock. So I did get that for a good price. The point making is, some people won't buy figures from licensors that they don't like, and to each their own. Some people don't have money like that, or don't rotate collections, they only want to collect the lines they want. But I see a lot of these customizers, and they're looking for parts, and they'll go out and they'll pay £30 for an head sculpt, £40 for an head sculpt, a certain outfit they're looking for, a pair of boots they're looking for. And when you see these eBay prices, you think you're getting ripped off on your price. Like this gun, for example, I'm thinking that'd be about 25 quid on eBay. Probably about 18 to 20 for a gun like that. Hands, obviously, you normally have some spare ones knocking about. You might need some boots like that. You might need a Bruce Willis head to do a die-hard custom. You might even be looking for a true type body. The point I'm making here is, for £100 for a complete set, think of what you're getting. You're getting a £40 or £50 Hot Toys head sculpt that you could have air sculpted onto and then repaint it as a die-hard figure. You've got a true type body under there that's got a double bend elbow, so would work for most average size people. The roadblock, you're getting a TTM body with a double bend elbow, which you could put straight on to your Bane figure. And like I say, if you can get them for the right price, even though it's not a license you like or a figure you're particularly interested in, the economy is there because you can break it down and turn it into what you want. So that's just a point I wanted to make. So I've got to give you the value anyway on the price I paid. And thanks to Jamie Silverwood, I'm going to give this... Do I go back on what I said? I'm going to sort of work an average out on what I paid and what you would have to pay to get one. I'm thinking you would have to pay about $130, $140 to get it. I paid, like I said, £105. So I'm going to give the value, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 because it don't bring a shitload of stuff with it. Right, so to sum it all up, the figure got a 23 out of a possible 30, which is a really respectable score to say it weren't a figure that I were really searching for. But like I said, the price was that inviting, I thought it's worth getting just to review. I will also say I don't expect a lot of people to watch this review because it's quite late and it's a source material that a lot of people won't be interested in. But I'd just like to ask if you'd leave a comment just saying, would you ever buy a figure from a license that you wasn't interested in if the price was right? But that's another review done. This is a Clipper King and I am out of here.